how is it going? Gennaro here, CEO of Cortex Solutions, and we're going to be talking about digital forensics. Now, as we know, it's a practice that's been put into place for a long time, and it's all about uncovering, analyzing these potential data that's been associated with an investigation, with cybercrime, with a data breach. And the way a digital forensic analyst can understand what's actually happening, well, they're tracing digital footprints. That's going to be left within the network as far as like when a computer connects with another one, where there are logs that are being generated just by trying to access a system, or just the ability to get a better insight on what actually happened through memory forensics. And that's just one, through network forensics, mobile device forensics. But it's all kind of encompassing, just again, how can we get a better picture of what's going on? In order to do that, we utilize these different principles and tools too. So the main goal, the focus of digital forensics is to preserve the integrity of the data. Think back to the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Well, integrity, as we talked about before, this is ensuring that the data itself has not been altered in any way through the use of a hash. That's one way you can look at it. Now, tools that can be utilized are going to be EnCase, FTK Imager, Autopsy as well. And what we're trying to do is ensure that we have some form, a platform, if you will, a way to look into these hard drives to see what's actually happening there. We need to ensure that documentation is paramount. As you're going through the case, as you're reviewing files, as things start to come up, you want to document the exact steps that you've used, even to recover the logs that were deleted, or the files that were deleted. And it has to be repeatable, right? Because someone behind you, another analyst, can go back through the same steps and obtain that same information. That's how precise and exact we want our actual documentation to be. But what are some types of digital evidence? Now, I like going into this because, well, memory and memory forensics, we'll talk about that as well, is one of the best ways to capture information. Well, think about non-volatile and volatile. RAM being volatile. This is us doing a capture of RAM, active processes that are in place, active threads and handles that are in place right now. Then there are other types of tools you can use, volatility being one, to go a little bit more in depth and connect with our storage devices and actually being able to extract information, of course. And I already talked about autopsy before, but it's a way to kind of peer into that hard drive, peer into the environment and see exactly what's there. And you can also use network-based evidence, which is going to be like your PCAP files, because that's a whole process of Wireshark to record active traffic on the network or on the wire. But let's talk about this forensic process though, because there are multiple sources, logs like I talked about. You want to preserve the image utilizing some form of encryption, hashing as well. You want to be able to analyze and interpret what's actually there. All the memory dumps, like again, you can get memory dumps from these different tools like we talked about when it comes to RAM or just your normal storage device. It's not a process really, because all the evidence is going to go into a report, and then that report is going to be presented as part of the digital forensics case. Now, a few things to note as well too. We have our tools and we talked about them. There's also frameworks you can look at as well. Now, going a little bit more in depth on just examining data. We talked about what metadata is before. So look at a log, for instance. We want to see the timestamps. We want to see the actual actions of this user. Are there any anomalies with this? Examining the different logins. There are a lot of tools you can utilize, and really, again, SleuthKit and X-Ways, these are just ways to extract that information. Because we need to know, we need to understand, well, what's actually within this hard drive. Can we take this information, add it into our case, and, well, make a good, strong case about what actually happened? So you have common use cases, ransomware being one, insider threats being another. And the whole goal when it comes to investigations from a digital forensic standpoint is how can we see exactly what encryption methods were being used? How can we track the attacker? Because think back to us talking about the botnet situation or just command and control situation where they're communicating with the server that's giving instructions or extracting that data. An example of this, let's talk about memory dump analysis. So you've captured live memory and you're analyzing the processes. In Linux and Windows, you can use the commands to get back the actual live processes as well, like what's actually happening. And in tools, you can use it as well too. We want to use resources like volatility or recall for parsing out the memory structure, and then uncovering, again, a list, some form of data, some information that could give us a little bit more insight as to what actually happened. And in our case, for an example, is going to be a cached credential list of breached administrator accounts. Well, that's very useful because that shows that, wow, someone was actually using this. Again, it's been great. Gennaro, CEO of Cortex Solutions, and we just talked about digital forensics, brought to you by ACSMI. Take care.